Hi everyone. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about how to get to England and to get a visa. So the first thing is you obviously need a computer and you need to get online to the embassy or the agency. The British Embassy in Bangkok doesn't actually do the visas themselves. They employ an agency. But if you go on the British Embassy website or just put into Google UK visa, you'll get the site. So you have to download the form, and then you have to um, answer all the questions. There are quite a lot of questions actually, but it's fairly helpful. There's also other notes there to explain what documents you need to have for your application. So you download the form, you fill it in, and then you make an appointment with the agency in Bangkok. You've got to go to Bangkok. And you go to the agency at the appointed time with the form completed, all the documents that it's asking for, and of course your passport. Now some of the documents that you need, the thing about England is they want to make sure that you're not going to stay there and you're going to leave. So important documents like, if you have a job, of course, a letter from your employer saying, that you work there, you've got family here, things like that are quite important. I mean, I can talk about that later if you want to. So you leave your documents and your form and your passport with the agency. Now you can stay in Bangkok or you can go back and pick it up a few days later, but most people, if they don't live in Bangkok, they pay an extra fee, and then when the agency has finished, they'll post the passport back to you. That's what I did. That's what I did with my wife. And they posted it because we live 5 hours away from Bangkok now. So they post it back. So the passport comes back and you open it, and if you've got a visa, it's stamped inside and yes. And if you haven't got a visa, there's a nice little letter saying why they don't give you a visa. Actually, it's not that nice. Or something else I should also mention in the documents, but it's all online anyway. You must make sure you've got your itinerary, your flights into England and your flights back. You don't have to pay for them. Don't pay for them, because if they turn you down, you've lost all the money. So just print out a kind of copy of your itinerary, but don't pay for anything, because obviously there's a fee for the visa too. If they turn you down, of course you don't get the fee back. That's the way it works. Anyway, assuming you've got your visa, good luck. When to go to England? Well, obviously it's winter in England is like November to March, and it's quite cold. Spring is like April and May, it can be very nice. Summer obviously is July, August, and that can be quite hot actually. Autumn's nice, September, October. But I mean, if you go in when it's cold, you need to have coats and things, and Christmas in England is quite interesting. And so obviously you're going to fly from Suvarnabhumi. Most people will fly obviously to London Heathrow, the main airport. You can choose to, if you fly direct, it's normally a little bit more expensive than if you stop over somewhere. So if you use Qatar or Emirates, you'll stop over in Doha or Dubai for an hour or two. You decide what flights you choose, but that's cheaper. But actually most people like to just get on a plane and get off. It's about 12 hours to England, and you might be quizzed a little bit at the customs at the airport. So also make sure you've got all your documents with you. Take everything with you in case they kind of ask any more questions. Even though you've got a visa, they can be quite funny sometimes. And enjoy.